Now when it comes to driving on the sand, we all know you should lower your tyre pressures, but the big question is, how low can you go? Now unfortunately, there's no one size fits all approach for this one. There's a lot of different variables and a few different things to consider. But we all have one thing in common, and that is we're trying to increase the tyre's footprint. Now to get the ideal tyre pressure, here's a few things to consider. Airing down your tyres increases tyre flexibility to reduce the risk of damage off-road and also the physical amount of tyre tread that is contact in the ground. We call this increase in the footprint, or the contact patch. But the pressure your vehicle needs to get the ideal footprint won't be the same as all of your mates. Let's take Jamie's Ranger for example. It's running open country MTs and fairly standard axle weights. In order to get the best footprint for maximum traction, Jamie needs to air down to 12 psi in the rear and 14 psi in the front. Why different front to back, you say? Well, that all comes down to how your vehicle carries its weight, and utes can often be heavier or lighter in the rear depending on what's in the tray. In Jess's Ram, she only needs to air down to 17 psi all around to achieve her ideal footprint, even on bigger tyres. This is because the Ram's axle weights are higher than the Ranger, but relatively even front to rear, and also to avoid bulging the sidewall out too much into harm's way, which is a bit of a risk off-road when you're running 20-inch rims or any tyre that's got a short sidewall. What might have worked well on your previous four-wheel drive could actually result in damaging your tyres if you just rinse and repeat on your new rig. Take some time to work out what pressure provides you with the best contact patch on the ground. You might find you don't need to go quite as low as you think. If you're not too sure and happen to be rolling on Toyo Tires just like we are, get in touch via the Toyo Tires Australia website, Facebook or Instagram, and they'll be more than happy to calculate your perfect pressures based on your vehicle's axle weights as measured at the weighbridge when it's fully loaded and your tyre size. Now, I've been floating around on these RTs from Toyo for a couple of weeks now, and I've been able to tweak and really fine tune what setup or what tyre pressure works for me on the sand. Now for me, 18 psi is the magic number, but remember for you, that might be a little bit different considering different weight, different tyre size and things like that. So take the time to work it out, and when you do get it right, you'll be floating around on the beach and doing it real easy.